Hello third grade families, this is our second video in our review of videos. This lesson is also, or this concept is also from Unit 1 in third grade math for everyday mathematics, and the idea behind this video is finding differences. Finding differences is the same idea as subtracting, but conceptually for a third grader, we usually show them visually how it would look to subtract first before we would expect them to be able to just find the difference between two given numbers. We would always give them a tool. So this could be a number grid like you see in front of you, or it could be a number line. Being able to use tools to help you problem solve in third grade is a big idea. So not just being able to stack the numbers and subtract, but understanding that there are tools available to you as a mathematician that you can use to help you problem solve, because maybe you can stack these two numbers and subtract them, but there might come a time where you get two numbers that are challenging to you to stack and subtract, and then you would want to know what tool to use, such as a number grid or a number line. But before students are expected to be able to solve these problems on their own, they are taught that there's a pattern to how number grids are laid out. And the pattern is like a compass. So from whichever place you are in the number grid, if you were to move up a row, you would be subtracting 10. If you were to move down one row, you would be adding 10. If you were to move to the right one column, you would be adding 1, and if you were to move to the left one column, you would be subtracting 1. Teaching students how they move on the number grid affects the difference that they will find, sometimes can help them to find differences more quickly. For example, if you were to find the difference between 25 and 35, a student that has a strong mathematical foundation would know that there's only a difference in the 10 space, that there's a difference of 10 here, and they would automatically be able to come to that solution. Someone that doesn't have a developed number sense and is still developing that number sense in third grade might be able to use this tool to help them see that the difference is 10, that I moved down one row and it was 10. Another thing that this key might help students to problem solve is if you wanted to find the difference, let's say between 48 and 79, some students would automatically stack 79 minus 48. However, another way you could solve that problem would be to move from 79 back to 48, or vice versa, to move from 48 to 79. This allows the child to be able to problem solve in the way in which they feel most comfortable, either moving backwards and subtracting, or moving forwards and counting up or adding to find the difference. So here, the child would know that if I move up 3 rows, that I am subtracting 30. If I move to the left one column, I'm subtracting 1. I know that minus 30 and minus 1, the difference would be 31. Again, they would get the same answer by adding 30 and adding 1. That the difference here would be 31. If you were to stack these numbers, 9 minus 8 is 1, 7 minus 4 is 3, you would get the same answer below. There's a strong emphasis within Common Core that there are multiple ways to solve a problem. And so giving children more than one tool or more than one resource in solving a problem helps them to be able to grow and be confident in a way that they feel most comfortable to problem solve. So let's try some of these together. Using the number grid to help you solve the problem. So which is less, 83 or 73? Here you can visually find both 83 and 73, and you would be able to find out that 73 is less than 83. How much less? Well, I can either count back the spaces, I can stack them and subtract, or I can use my compass or key to help me. I know that I'm moving one row back, so I'm subtracting 10. How much less? It's 10 less. If you would like to continue trying any of these problems on your own, you may. I'll give you some time there to try a few. For example, you might have tried which is less, 13 or 34. So here we have the number 13 and here we have the number 34. You can see that 13 is less because it's closer to 0. How much less? Again, your mathematician could count back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. They could use the traditional form of subtraction to stack and subtract their numbers. Or they could use this compass or key to help them, knowing that they are moving down 2, which would be 20, and over 1, 21. At the bottom of this page, it asks you to find the difference between each pair of numbers. Again, you're just doing the same as you are at the top. If you are finding that your child might need additional practice in finding differences, you can print a number grid offline, or you can pull one out of an old EDM book. They're usually in the front or the back of the book as a resource. Or you can feel free to contact me, as I have several in the classroom I'd be willing to send home. And one, you can just play a fun game by picking 2 numbers on the board, on the hundreds grid, and asking your child to find the difference. You can challenge each other by seeing who was able to find the difference more quickly and what tool they used. I hope that this helps you and your child in becoming successful with finding differences at home.